Right. Right. You said something in your chapter on sex relating to this, where you defend the extension of civil unions to gay couples as their actions embed demands liberties respect.
Right.
Yet you draw the line and I mean, this is an objection I would think of, but you draw the line in not celebrating such action and extending the institution of gay marriage to the couples. Could I not say that the legalization of marriage itself, the beginning intrusions in the late 1800s by the government, and the restrictions of over 1,000 contractual benefits by the government, serves as a violation of liberty and the celebration of an elitist class of citizens? Couldn't the government simply stay out of marriage, respect self-autonomy, as marriage by contract replaces the gender stereotyping and protectionism of traditional marriage laws, with the recognition of individuality, equal agency of the partners?
Well, I think it's very hard to disagree with that. If you have civil unions, as it is said, for instance, in New Jersey, they have this very argument. And what was argued in New Jersey is our civil unions have all the advantages and all the burdens and all the incidents of marriage. We just don't, you have a different way of procuring those benefits and burdens and status and so on by going through a marriage ceremony, but they amount to the same thing. So it's just a question of the M word, but there are no practical differences. Now, there are several ways you can get to that. One way is through gay marriage. That will get you there. Another way of getting there is by having the state only have civil unions. That's all there is. And marriage is left to the churches or to whoever wants to do it, and the government has nothing to say about it one way or the other. And if somebody wants to marry somebody to his car, they can do it. And the government will neither frown on it nor smile on it. They just won't. It's none of its business. But as a practical matter, given the institutions we have and so on, I don't see that a great deal is lost by having civil unions, as New Jersey claims they do, with exactly the same incidents as marriage, and hesitating to move on to gay marriage simply because the society is unwilling to do that.
Right. I see how you practically mean that. I mean, I guess the idealistic thing would be for the government to completely stay out of it. But staying on the topic of sex,
right.
In discussing liberty as the absence of imposed restraints and the ability for you and I to have the freedom of moral opinion, and as well our need to restrain punishment to sexual acts we deem wrong, I have to ask, though, what about sadistic and masochistic actions that actually might violate the harm principle? For you stated earlier when discussing the mind of the need for sound education to produce rationality alongside of liberty. However, unlike those individuals who have the liberty and rationality, though it's condemned, to produce pamphlets on the Flat Earth Society, is there often a lack of rationality, reason, and thought in the liberty of sex itself? So therefore, a person engaging in SMM acts might be bound, gagged, and suffering in violation of Mill's good old harm principle, and can such acts be regulated, therefore?
Well, I guess I don't know enough about S&M to really have strong convictions on that subject. But here are some thoughts. First, can we be convinced that those who are harmed in the course of such practices are truly consenting? Does the I'm really here just talking aloud. Is there not a danger that things will happen where one will regret the consent one has given, which is getting a little more paternalistic? But without even going to that step, don't we have the possibility that by simply completely authorizing this, that we run the risk of endangering people in the sense that they are going to be subject to harm that they have not consented to, and harm that's going to have longer-lasting consequences that they have not consented to.
You can get in a lot of questions about consent with drugs and things like that as well.
You really can.
Well, Professor Fried, we wanted to talk to you about prostitution and Elliot Spitzer. Talk to you about
You want to do that?
Well, we actually are having to wrap up the interview right now. Sadly, I wish we'd love to have you on another time to talk to you more about the issues. And I also wanted to bring up.
Poor old Elliot Spitzer. I really feel sorry for him. If he weren't such a disagreeable man.
The Crusader cut off his own head.
It really is full of irony.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Love to talk to you later. Take care.
Goodbye.